Spirit light body, what's going on, y'all? Much love and respect to all my beings out there putting the work in. I see y'all, man. What's up, man? All right, so you know, ain't nothing new, right? Y'all know the magnetic motor. Okay, you got 3 coils. We know that with this model, we can run like this light, like that's hooked up to this unit. That's a low power, so that's an LED light, right? Now I do have a 30-watt LED light, which that is pulling straight 30 watts. It'll run that too. You know what I'm saying? So we know, and like I said, it charges the phone and run a breathing machine. So we know that we got a off-grid electromagnetic energy system right here. Okay. Now we also know that we're gonna scale this thing up, which I mean, it's a ton of stuff over here right now. Like I got a coil I made holding this to my brother. I am 6 or 7. Actually, I got 2 of these for this right here. So I gotta get some more wires so I can keep building the coil. So now I know about 2 of them rolls is gonna give you about approximately 2 coils. So I need some more wire to keep going. We're gonna scale this up and see if we can get to run things like I got a 500-watt heater that I'm pretty sure I'll be able to run once I get my batteries stepped up. Now, I know I just stepped these up, but I said, oh, okay, I can actually use these with that. But I also discovered with my 1500-watt inverter, right? Because this is only a 400-watt inverter right here that's running this. That, like I said, can run the light, cell phone, things of that nature, whatever. We know we can power that and, we be good, right? Just the other day, I actually let this battery right here, when I first started, well, actually it was a week ago, because it literally ran for a whole week. It started at 12.85, and when I ended it, it was at 12.05, and it was recharging this battery, right? And so a whole week, I let that joint run and whatever, right? And so I know that there is potential in this machine. I know once I get this scaled up, you see what I'm saying? Whatever it takes, like it's going to take me some time to be able to do it, but I am going to do it. And I know for sure, even like with this Tesla coil and stuff, holding to my brother Old Man Bills, he's finding out a lot of stuff on that end with that too. So, like I told you guys that, John Bedini was putting that work in with these, because, like I said, that's a magnetic motor right there. So, putting in the work with the motor and then using the inverter and using the charging system. And so, like I said, there's still minor kinks and things that need to be worked out, but this is a work in progress. So keep in mind, this is like the bare minimum. This is like my 1.0, but on my next model, we're going to step this thing up. So, if you want to be part of that at all in any way, shape, or form, you know what I'm saying? You can hit me up at on my email. It's in the description on my channel, the About Me section. So, yeah, man, I mean, we just doing this thing. Like, we're understanding, running these tests, understanding how this electromagnetic energy flows. I'm not going to act like I know everything about it, but I've been learning a good bit about this thing. So, we're going to keep it moving. Tesla was saying that light is a sound wave in the ether. Like, if you think like this light is traveling, or if you think that that's emitting light, you're mistaken. That's not emitting light. What's happening is what we see as light is an electromagnetic radiation. So the reaction in this bulb right here is causing a disturbance in the ether, and that disturbance is the light. So light is an electromagnetic radiation. Tesla was saying that light is basically a sound wave in the ether. And we know that. Remember, I've been telling y'all for some time, like with the cymatics, that light is sound, is shape, is color. So, I mean, it's amazing how all this is coming together. I'm seeing a lot of wonderful stuff popping off right now. My brother Seven Bomar, man, he about to be over there making movies. I'm like, dang, like Yaki, he over here doing interviews with Nick Cannon. I'm like, man, there's just so much stuff in the community going on right now. Bro Sanchez, I see him over there doing his thing. I just observe, y'all, and I just sit back and I just observe. And I learn stuff, man. I mean, and like I told y'all, the breathing techniques, excuse me, the yoga, the dieting, the meditation, this stuff can bring you tangible results. Like, I'm not just sitting back just popping off a bunch of dumb stuff that you can't do anything with. Like, nah, you can actually build this. Like, I'm actually working with a group right now. I'm not going to disclose who that group is, but I'm working with a group right now. And for you weirdos out there, it ain't nothing like what you thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some folks out here right now acting a little weird, and I got my eye on you. And I'm just saying that it ain't nothing like that. The group I'm working with is some brothers that want to learn this, you know what I'm saying? And they actually put their money where their mouth at. So they putting in the work and they buying the materials, and we gonna work and build something together. So y'all are gonna see in the future that, hey, I'm gonna help people bring these things online. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't the only one on this. You know, Bedini was on this huge. I'm gonna be on this. Tesla was on this, because like I said, when I'm saying Tesla, I'm not talking about Elon Musk, y'all. I'm talking about, like, you know, like actual, like, Nikola Tesla, like the man where Elon Musk got all his stuff from. So that's what we saying. We dealing with the electromagnetic energy. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, and this is what these folks in so-called power, they already knowing this stuff. You see what I'm saying? Holding to my brother Dan Winter was like, yeah, he knows a lot about this kind of stuff too. Like, Dan Winter's got a lot of huge stuff going on. Like, we, excuse me, are understanding the physics of what it means to have a soul. That's longitudinal EMF coherence. Now, remember I showed y'all the Tesla coil? Remember the wireless electricity, how it's lighting up that bulb? And that, think about it, that electricity or that radiant energy can pass through that plastic on the coil. It passed through the wire. It went through my hand. That's the longitudinal component. It's a compressional wave. So remember how I was telling y'all the standing transverse wave kind of goes like this, right? That's what you always see, that sine wave, but the compressional wave move more like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's a compressional wave, so it's slightly different. But in this stuff, you have transverse and longitudinal. But the longitudinal is what the entire electromagnetic earth grid is made of. Like when they say, oh, God or ancestor memory, when we talk about stilling our mind and then we can get into other spaces, that other space is the longitudinal array of the earth. Make no mistake that the earth is a gigantic torus field, just like you're a little small torus field, just like we're made of so-called torus fields, which they tell you is atoms. I'm saying, like, look at the geometry. Like, you can't understand that. Like, yo, that's why I said, if anyone asks about a model, for me, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, we can encompass the subatomic all the way from the micro to the macro with this torus field right here. It's so simple. So understand this, right? That, like, I have no time to waste and play games with people. Like, man, like, when you come to me and we're going to work together or whatever we're going to do, we're going to get to it, man. It's no time to be wasting. Like, it's a lot going on out here right now, and we need to be setting ourselves in positions that we can work together and we can make stuff happen without having to be dependent on these folks that we know don't have our highest interests in their mind. You know what I'm saying? So we got to look out for each other. So I'm always open to be worked with in this community. I'm so user friendly, dude. You can hit me up, tripboydro088@gmail.com, and yo, we can link up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, ain't nobody trying to keep nothing from you. I got schematics, part lists, you know what I'm saying? We got that kind of stuff, and if you want to build, you want to build, and if not, you don't. But I will say this much, though, that this stuff is not a game. Like, this stuff will fry you. Like, that capacitor right there, you deal with that stuff wrong, it will fry you. It can really damage you. It'll kill you. It ain't no joke. This is hot. You see what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, what's coming out of the center of that Tesla coil is coal. I'm gonna tell you, y'all. I took that Tesla coil up there, and that rod I showed y'all that was in the center of it, right? I attached a lead to it. One of these leads right here that you see going from that test lead, I took one of these and I had it attached to the coil like I showed y'all, and it was attached to the light. It lit it up. Well, what I did was I took that lead right there and I dropped it in water, and I took another one of these leads and attached it onto the light, and I dropped it in the water. It didn't light up. It's like, hold on. Traditional electricity, that should have lit up. You see what I'm saying? But when I took that lead and I scooted it over in the water, fished it over to the other lead, and it touched, the light bulb came on. So see, that's what I'm saying. That's a different kind of energy, radiant energy or negative energy, or what you hear them say, cold electricity. That's a different type of energy coming out of the center of these fields. So once we learn how to tap into that and do something with that, there's more untapped potential in this technology. And remember, this stuff is old, y'all. Like, this ain't like some new stuff. Like, this stuff is old. So keep in mind, they have no intention of letting you know about this. If they was, they'd be teaching this in their university. They'd be teaching this in them colleges. They'd be teaching this in them schools, and they ain't. So they don't want you to know about this. You see what I'm saying? They ain't gonna give you no shine for this kind of stuff. They look down on this kind of stuff and say, oh, it's not possible, but that's baloney. Like, we know for a fact it is. And John Bedini, I've been watching a lot of his interviews and how he just kept tinkering around. He wouldn't quit, man. He would just keep going in. All right, well, this don't work like this. I'm invert this. So that's what we doing. We constantly testing stuff. My OG holding this to my brother, One World, One Hood. He was like, yo, bro, you gotta keep testing stuff. Test these capacitors in series. Test them in parallel. So, that's what I'm working on. Man, I got children, I got a job, things to uphold. So I can't put all my time into this like I would like. So, hey, developing a team that, hey, we all work together on this. And, they find out stuff they share with me. I find out stuff I share with them, man. We all work together. That's what the world needs, man. It needs that. Unification, man. The power is in unification. It's not in division. The more we can unite, the better off we gonna be, y'all. But anyway, though, man, I gotta get on through. Spirit light body, y'all. Talk on forward, man. Much love and respect to everybody out there. Keep doing your thing, man. Wholeness.